DoD 4140.58-R, the Department of Defense Management and in standards of the DoD locomotives. Sorry. Chapter 4, Management of Locomotives. Chapter 4.1, General. Locomotives are characterized by highly initial acquisition costs, extended to the procurement of lead time, minimal technical obsolescence, and long effective lifespan. The factor dictated by the comprehensive analysis of the locomotive requirements through the review of all feasible alternatives to ownership of the equipment is the DoD policy that maintained and operated the peacetime diverse fleet wood motive power that provided the logistics needs and essential training for the operational personnel to ensure the military effectiveness in support of national defense policies. Locomotives shall be acquired, utilized, and with due regard to the availability of the commercial transportation within the intent of the regulation in consideration to be given to the use of the commercial transportation are outlined in Section 4.2. The 4.2, the commercial carrier switching services. The railway carrier obligation line haulings offered by the carrier shall be deemed to include delivery and unloading spots. Further, rail car service may deliver the removed cars, the privately owned side track, industrial tracks connected to the carrier tracks, the cars, freight moving in the carloads with an additional charge, provided there are no conditions that make unsafe for the carrier locomotives to operate for such tracks to prevent the carriers from receiving and delivering cars is an ordinary operating convenience of continuous movement. The continuous movement meaning means of movement of beams from carrier tracks, loading and unloading the whole of the track and tracks other than placing the cars received and delivery within a delay, any suspicion breaking the time continuing the movement due to any circumstances condition within the industry is directly responsible. The industry is directly responsible. Ordinarily operating convenience means at the time selected by the carrier which is most advantage to the carrier in relation to the coordination switching activities in the particular switching zones. The terminal services are performed by the switching locomotives at all times of scheduled training. The activities of the plant side of switching services are performed by the road switchers. Ordinarily contemplates only on one switch day, except for the additional switches are made by the carrier. Convenience 2. Secure the prompt release of equipment which necessitated from the volume of traffic movements of the form within the plant at the other times of the request the industry not considered by the carrier the ordinary operating conveniency. C423, Chapter 4, Section 2, Part 3, Switching services required beyond the carrier's obligation. Initial placement of the car's intraplanted switching sway operations performed the installation of for its own convenience and transportation services. Carriers normally obliged to perform, however, special switching services can be performed in the carrier when agreed to. Special changes are published in the installation. Transportation officers should request all the rail carriers to establish special charges for the services of the agreements or not to the file switching services for the railway cars to the maximum extent possible. Shipping, receiving, warehouse activities as been scheduled and coordinated with the gainful benefit of the carrier services augmented by the carrier. Special contracts for the respotting, intraplanning switches and weighing and the similar services. C4, Chapter 4, Section 2, Part 4. Assistance may be requested through the channels of the commander of the MT Military Trafficking Management Command. Its satisfactory agreement cannot be reached in the concern of the railway cars. Section 5, Authorization of locomotives.